That is Amélie Mauresmo's entire leadership philosophy. Not data, not politics, not committees. Her gut. And that gut is now responsible for where Alex Eala gets placed in the draw, how night sessions are assigned, and which women get primetime exposure. That is an enormous amount of power in one instinct. Tournament Director Amélie Mauresmo. Great to see you, Amelie. Nice to see you too. Good to be here. It's great to have you here as always. Second year on the job. You're a veteran now, right? Well, I feel much more comfortable this year after the first year, where I had to discover a lot of different things about how this big event is run. So I'm pretty happy and more relaxed also for this year. But let's wait until the end. Well, we'll wait. There's a few more days to go. Most people don't realize Mauresmo only took this job a year and a half ago. She walked into one of the most complex tennis events on earth with zero directing experience. And yet she's already making decisions that are splitting the entire tennis world in half. So, what's actually driving her? Getting back to the decision about the night sessions, what do you think the consequences are of essentially telling women that they're not worthy of? That's not what we are saying. I have to stop you right there. Okay. Well, that's not what you are saying, but that's the message that they are receiving, and that's the message that I think a lot of girls receive. It's never been this, and I will not accept that you carry this message. That's really clear to me. What I'm saying is I'm talking, and we are talking because I'm not the only one to make the decisions. We are talking about potential match length. And in this perspective, it is hard to say that the 2 sets can go really fast when the 3 sets you have 3 sets minimum. So for me, that's the length of the matches. It's not how they play. It's not the level they reach right now. Mauresmo's argument comes down to match length. Women's best of 3 sets can finish too fast for a full night session audience. She's not entirely wrong logistically, but this reasoning has a flaw. It assumes women's matches are worth less airtime to fill. And players across the world have noticed that assumption for years. Hi there, Amelie. Prime is the broadcaster in the night session. I was watching Prime last night, and it did occur to me that if I was only a Prime viewer and I only could watch the tennis when I got home from work, I wouldn't even know that there was a women's tournament, which is a problem. Well, the tournament is on if you are watching Prime. It means you're in France because they only broadcast in this territory, and then you would have the national TV. Yes. But if I was only able to watch in the evening, I would know. We have many matches that are going on in the evening during, especially since in this first week of the main draw broadcasting men and women's matches on France TV. Can I ask a specific question about the Prime contract, which I believe was re-signed 2 years ago? Is that right?
Yep.
Does that contract stipulate that you can only have 1 match? Because a solution surely would be 2 women's matches, but you can't do that. Yeah, we have 1 match.
Why did you sign that contract?
I did. I'm not the only one signing the contract. It's a federation actually signing the contract with the broadcaster, which tells us that actually they put, no, we prefer can just to talk about the choice of having 1 match in the evening. I talk about it every year, but I can say the things again if you want. This year we decide to keep the 3 matches in the day, and when you put those 3 matches, the easy way would be to have the 2 matches in the evening, then we wouldn't have this conversation, but we cannot have, in my opinion, if we don't want to finish too late, we cannot have the 5 matches in the day. And as I said, for people here in Paris, they come out of work, they usually come to Roland Garros 7:30 to 8 o'clock. So to hope to try to have a full house in the evening is 8 to 8:30 beginning of the night sessions. If we have 2 matches in the night sessions, it doesn't work in terms of how late the players are going to finish. That's my opinion. But if we start earlier, it's going to work in terms of the stands are going to be empty in most of the first match. In my opinion, that's what we think. So we keep this 1 match in the evening. It's not ideal. We cannot check every box because we have many things to think when we are doing these choices. She argues 2 night matches would mean empty stands for the first match and matches finishing dangerously late. It's a real operational problem. But notice what she's admitting. The audience fills in late. Prime time is built around when crowds arrive, and women are simply not scheduled when those crowds are there. Sometimes it's you cannot take every box. Hi, Amelie. 2 separate topics or 2 separate questions, both related. You'll be shocked by this to scheduling. I'm wondering on this topic of the night scheduling and lack of matches involving women. Have any current or former women players come to you with complaints, questions, anything they wanted to let you know about their view of this?
None.
And to answer your second question, yeah, we have many requests from not everyone, but we have many requests from players.
Yeah.
For the schedule. Every day. So players are negotiating quietly while journalists fight publicly. That gap between private requests and public silence reveals exactly how much pressure players feel to stay quiet. Mauresmo controls this entire stage, the seedings, the scheduling, the story. And she just handed Alex Eala a seat at the table. Whether Eala uses it is up to her. What makes this even more significant is Mauresmo's reference to Naomi Osaka's mental health crisis at Roland Garros a few years ago. That moment changed how this tournament handles players, and it raises a real question. Has Roland Garros learned from Osaka's story enough to protect a 20-year-old wild card like Eala from that same overwhelming spotlight? We're about to find out. What is this place going to look like next year for the Olympics? So, first of all, we're going to have for Roland Garros 2024, the tournament, we're going to have a roof on Suzanne Lenglen Court as well. So it's going to be 2 roofs. Hopefully, we're going to have the same weather as this year, but in case we will have 2 roofs to protect us. And then for the Olympics, which are only 3 months after the end of the tournament, not even 2 months after the end of the tournament, it's going to look blue, more blue. Definitely looking different. All the what is surrounding the courts is going to have a different color. A little bit like for those who remember in 2012 in Wimbledon, the stadium court was completely different. Everything was so different. So it's going to look different, but the clay, the people that are going to organize the event are going to be the same. I'm not going to be in charge because it's someone else's job. I'm just for the tournament. But it's going to be great, and it's going to be shorter because it's an 8 days tournament. So that makes a big difference as well. Not the same format, as you know also, but I'm looking forward. I'm going to come here as a spectator, and I will be fine. Well, speaking of you being a spectator, we've got some shots of you sneaking around watching a little tennis. You had the shades on. Was it? No shades tonight. No shades here.
Yeah.
I'm focused. Very focused. Very focused. But, we've seen Iga Swiatek now just over a year be so dominant coming back into this year's Roland Garros dominating. What have you thought of her tennis and how she has, sort of put herself above the field? You mean so far this tournament, or for a year and a half? For the last year, and coming into this tournament? I'm really impressed by her game. Her game suits all surfaces pretty much, and especially here on clay. But her intensity is probably what, and her focus and her intensity, because now everyone's playing great tennis. But to be able to really keep the focus week after week, day after day obviously, but then months after months, I know it's been a year and a half, you said it. And I feel that she's really the face of women's tennis now and dominant, and very dominant. And for us here at Roland Garros, her game suits really, really well on clay. I'm sure you've said that already, but I'm really eager to see and impatient as we all are to see what's going to happen over the next few days.